Venom, the first and most well-known of its kind introduced in Marvel Comics. Originating as an alien life form from the planet Clintar, it initially bonded with Spider-Man, adopting his spider emblem and web-slinging abilities. When rejected by Peter Parker, it found a more compatible host in Eddie Brock, a disgraced journalist whose resentment towards Spider-Man matched the symbiote's own. The fusion of the two created Venom, a physically powerful entity with amplified strength, agility, and a degree of spider powers inherited from Peter. Venom grants its host organic webbing.
My God, Eddie!
Ooh, my spider sense is tingling.
Camouflage, enhanced healing, and immunity to Spider-Man's spider sense. However, the symbiote also feeds on adrenaline and aggression, which can push its host toward violent impulses. Across comics and film adaptations, Venom has bonded with several others, including Matt Gargan, Flash Thompson, and Lee Price, but Eddie Brock remains its most iconic and enduring host. Lasher, another of the Life Foundation symbiotes, known for its tentacle-like appendages resembling living whips. These are used for both attack and mobility, granting Lasher a distinctive combat advantage. Originally bonded to Ramon Hernandez, Lasher served the same militarized purpose as its siblings, but displayed slightly more empathy toward its host. Lasher's green coloration and tentacle control hint at a specialized role, operating as both offense and restraint during missions. After the Life Foundation's collapse, Lasher merged with its siblings, Phage, Riot, Scream, and Agony, to form Hybrid. Later, parts of Lasher were recovered and reconstituted, symbolizing the adaptability of symbiote genetics. While not as prominent as Venom or Carnage, Lasher represents the Clintar's biological capacity for replication and genetic specialization. Big Mother, an obscure but powerful figure among the symbiote hierarchy. She is a matriarchal leader of the Clintar and is considered a governing presence among unbonded symbiotes. Big Mother's origin ties to the corrupted branch of the Clintar who remained faithful to their parasitic instincts rather than embracing harmony. Her purpose was to control reproduction within the species, ensuring the spread of pure, unrestrained symbiotes. In some continuities, she functions as both a caretaker and overseer. Orchestrating symbiote births and maintaining genetic order among their kind, Big Mother's existence demonstrates that the symbiote race has a structured biological culture beyond individual hosts, an ecosystem governed by reproduction, survival, and dominance. Toxin, third generation of symbiotes, the child of Carnage, and one of the most powerful Clintar known. Born unstable, both Venom and Carnage feared its potential, believing it could surpass them in strength. Initially bonding with NYPD officer Patrick Mulligan, Toxin displayed a unique sense of morality, often struggling between his parasitic nature and his host's human ethics. This internal conflict made Toxin a reluctant anti-hero rather than a pure villain. Toxin can create tendrils, shapeshift, and emulate the abilities of both Venom and Carnage, including superior strength, resistance to sonic damage, and the ability to cloak or disguise himself completely. Later hosts, including Eddie Brock, have all carried Toxin, showing the symbiote's adaptive personality that varies depending on its partner's moral alignment. Within the symbiote hierarchy, Toxin represents balance, a being capable of great violence, but also conscience and restraint. Anti-Venom, created remnants of the Venom symbiote within Eddie Brock's body were purified by the healing touch of Martin Lee, whose powers generated a cleansing, radiant energy. This transformation altered the symbiote's biology, producing a new, white organism with the opposite effect of Venom's parasitic tendencies. Anti-Venom possesses the ability to cure diseases, neutralize poisons, and even purge other symbiotes from their hosts. Its powers stem from a biochemical composition that constantly produces antibodies, granting both healing and purification effects. Unlike traditional symbiotes, Anti-Venom is immune to sonic and heat-based weaknesses. However, exposure to certain chemicals can destabilize its healing matrix. The duality of Eddie Brock's Venom and Anti-Venom identities underscores his ongoing struggle between corruption and redemption, making Anti-Venom one of the most symbolically and biologically unique members of the Clintar lineage. Scream, the most recognizable of the Life Foundation symbiotes due to her distinctive yellow and red tendrils and her complex psychology. Bonded with security officer Donna Diego, Scream became unstable due to both her symbiote's influence and her own mental instability. She often heard the voices of her symbiote siblings, leading her to believe they were manipulating her. This paranoia resulted in Scream killing her fellow symbiote hosts, convinced she was ending their corruption. Despite her instability, Scream exhibited strong abilities: sonic-resistant tendrils, high agility, and powerful hair-like appendages that acted as whips or restraints. Later, when the Scream symbiote bonded with Andy Benton, it evolved into a more heroic version, retaining its trademark weaponized hair and vibrant coloration, but with greater moral control. Scream remains one of the most iconic female symbiotes in Marvel lore, often representing the duality between chaos and control. Agony, another of the Life Foundation's engineered symbiotes, notable for her purple coloration and acidic biochemistry. She bonded with Leslie Gisneria, a security specialist tasked with testing the symbiote's potential as a controlled biological weapon. Agony's most distinctive power is her ability to secrete and manipulate corrosive substances, acids capable of dissolving metal, stone, or even other symbiote matter. This property sets her apart from her siblings, who focus more on brute strength or tendrils. Her acidic projection can also be used defensively, creating corrosive barriers or melting restraints. Despite being designed for obedience, Agony developed an independent will, reflecting the recurring pattern of the Life Foundation's creations, gaining autonomy. Later, fragments of Agony contributed to the fusion that formed Hybrid, where her chemical control complemented the other's physical attributes. Carnage, offspring of Venom, spawned when the symbiote produced a child during Eddie Brock's incarceration. This new symbiote bonded with Cletus Cassidy, a psychopathic serial killer sharing a cell with Brock. Unlike Venom, who retains some moral restraint through his hosts,
we are Venom.
Carnage amplifies Cassidy's sadism, creating one of Marvel's most chaotic and destructive villains. The Carnage symbiote integrates with Cassidy's bloodstream, making it far more inseparable and granting enhanced durability and regeneration. It can morph into weapons like axes, blades, or tendrils, and it's immune to typical symbiote vulnerabilities, such as sonic attacks to a degree. Carnage embodies complete symbiosis, the host and alien mind functioning as one. This bond makes it nearly impossible to separate or control. Carnage's legacy has extended through numerous storylines, including cosmic versions such as Absolute Carnage, where the symbiote becomes an avatar of Knull, the god of symbiotes. Phage, one of the 5 symbiotes forcibly spawned from Venom by the Life Foundation, a corporation attempting to weaponize the symbiote species for military use. Unlike Venom or Carnage, Phage lacks individuality at first, functioning more like an engineered organism than a natural offspring. The symbiote bonded with a mercenary named Karl Mach, who served as one of the Life Foundation's test subjects. Phage's abilities include creating solid blades, spikes, and whips from its body, as well as enhanced durability and physical strength surpassing Venom's baseline. Its coloration, a distinctive orange-gold, reflects its volatile energy output. While Phage and its sibling symbiotes were initially under corporate control, they eventually gained sentience and independence, though their identities often shifted depending on the host. In later continuity, the merged entity, Hybrid, incorporates Phage's traits, showcasing how symbiotes can fuse to form collective consciousness. Riot stands as the brute force member of the Life Foundation's symbiote team.
Initiate the launch.
Its gray coloration reflects its utilitarian design, raw power, and durability over subtlety or speed. The host, Trevor Cole, was a Life Foundation security officer chosen for physical resilience. Riot's defining feature is immense strength and the ability to grow larger and more muscular than typical symbiotes, allowing it to overpower even Venom temporarily. It favors close quarters combat and can shape its arms into heavy bludgeoning weapons or axes. In the 2018 Venom film, Riot was reinterpreted as the main antagonist, a calculating leader seeking to bring his species to Earth under Knull's command. This cinematic version highlighted Riot's intelligence alongside his aggression, aligning him more closely with the upper hierarchy of the symbiote race. Mania, a symbiote clone derived from Venom's genetic material, created by the US government for experimental use. It bonded with Andy Benton, a student of Flash Thompson, Agent Venom. As Mania, Andy gained the traditional symbiote abilities, enhanced strength, speed, shapeshifting, and web generation, but with a more agile and youthful fighting style. Unlike Venom or Carnage, Mania retained a relatively balanced mind due to Andy's strong sense of self. The clone's unique trait is its Hell Mark, a demonic symbol branded into its host that allows it to channel dark energy from Mephisto's realm. This gives Mania limited supernatural powers, such as detecting sin or resisting demonic influence. Her story explores the fusion of alien and infernal forces, expanding the mythos of symbiote versatility beyond biological science into the supernatural. Scorn, technologically hybridized symbiote, a blend of alien biology and cybernetic interface. The host, Dr. Tanis Neves, was a medical assistant who came into contact with Carnage's offspring during recovery procedures. Scorn's defining ability is her capacity to interface with and control machinery, a result of partial fusion with a cybernetic prosthetic. This makes her capable of hijacking technology, absorbing data, and integrating weapon systems into her symbiote form. Her visual design reflects this dual nature, appearing as a biomechanical entity with circuitry-like tendrils. Unlike Carnage's chaos, Scorn represents evolution, a merging of organic and synthetic intelligence. Her storyline underscores the adaptability of the Clintar species and their potential to interact with human innovation, making Scorn a bridge between biological and mechanical symbiotes. Sleeper, one of the most advanced offspring of the Venom symbiote, notable for its intelligence and self-control. Created by the Alchemax Corporation through artificial incubation, Sleeper is the seventh known spawn of Venom. Unlike many of its predecessors, Sleeper did not initially bond with a human host. It was designed to function autonomously, possessing a calm and calculating nature. Sleeper exhibits several abilities that distinguish it from other symbiotes. It can emit powerful neurotoxins that induce paralysis or hallucinations, and it has the ability to alter its coloration to become nearly invisible. It also displays empathy and loyalty, particularly toward Eddie Brock and his son Dylan. Sleeper's eventual bond with a Kree host named Telkar made it a key figure in interstellar symbiote lore, combining Kree tactical discipline with symbiote adaptability. Sleeper represents a significant evolutionary step in the Clintar lineage, a symbiote capable of reasoning beyond instinct and aggression. Knull, the progenitor and god of all symbiotes.
I am Knull, god of the void, slicer of worlds.
Born from the primordial void before the creation of the universe, Knull was a dark god who despised light and life. When Celestials ignited the first stars, Knull forged the first symbiote from his shadow and crafted the all-black Necrosword, a weapon capable of slaying gods. He used symbiotes as extensions of himself, creating an army of living darkness to wage war across creation.
I order you to search the corners of the universe until you find this key. Find me the Codex.
However, when some symbiotes rebelled against his control, they imprisoned him in a symbiote-constructed prison, later known as Clintar. Knull's influence continued to echo through his creations.
And when I escape and annihilate every living planet and destroy my symbiote offspring,
especially in entities like Carnage, who sought to resurrect him. His control over the symbiote hive mind makes him the ultimate authority and origin point of their existence, representing both their divine heritage and their potential for corruption. So there you have it. The entire symbiote family, from Venom's chaotic heroics to Carnage's unhinged bloodlust and Scream's fight to stay sane, a tangled web of hosts, gods, and gooey drama that proves one thing: alien parasites make terrible roommates but incredible stories. If you enjoyed diving into the madness, hit that like button before a symbiote hits you, and subscribe for more deep dives into Marvel's strangest creations. Just maybe don't bond with anything you can't peel off later.